Fold have recently announced the launch of some new merch pieces. One piece in particular is very long time coming, but they've announced 2 bits of merch. The first thing they've announced is a silk scarf, which is really cool looking. It kind of incorporates some of the graphic design language that they use for their flyers, which I think is really cool. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the artists they use for their graphic designs, for their artwork of their flyers in-house at at Fold, is the same one that they use for, I forgot what night it is, but some raves in Amsterdam. Because I remember when I check Amsterdam_rave subreddit from time to time, I do see some flyers that have the same graphic design elements that they use for Fold flyer artworks, which I think works really well. Because the good thing about their artwork, which is a bit of a brainy thing, you know, whatever to talk about, is that because it uses shapes and whatever else it may be, you don't need to have pictures of the artist. You don't need to rely on like good clear or high level images of fucking headshots and shit. You can just rely on the fucking coolness of the image itself, of the shapes, to get away with it. And it's obviously looks way more creative, colorful, whatever else it may be. So it's a nice silk scarf, kind of giving her Hermes, that's featured here. I think the image is really cool, of it kind of sprayed across the model's face and the wind blowing in opposite directions to kind of see the outline silhouette of the person wearing it. It looks really fucking cool in this image. And then the next item that's available that they've launched is a bag. As you know, Fold, when they first opened, they had a really cool bag that was very famous, very cult-like. It sold out instantly. I don't think they made many of it, to be completely honest, but it sold out when it did kind of get very popular. And it was a kind of a side bag. And if I'm not mistaken, it was kind of like a rectangular shape. It had like a really big webbing, a really big strap, that had Fold written across it, I think in like white font. And it was like their old logo, that kind of like weird font style. They don't use it anymore, but that was what it was on. And it's really hard to get hold of. I think I've seen people selling used ones on Vinted and Depop for a decent amount of money, but they weren't available again. They didn't make many more. I don't know why in particular, but they didn't make them. But now they're making some new bags. And this is it's less of a structured bag like the other one with compartments. It looks like an expandable bag. So whatever you put into it, it kind of takes the shape up of it. And this is what's available. So you've got a scarf and you've got the side bag. The only thing I'd say as a problem, personally, there's not a lot of product pictures. There's a lot of lookbooks and lifestyle, and you get to see the people wearing it. They look really cool. Like the strap itself looks really nice. I love the harness here, or the the clasp, the bit of hardware here used to close it and shit. I much prefer this logo. That Fold logo is the same one that they've got, I think, on the outside. That font is really cool. I love that it's tonal and not white. I feel like it won't stain as often. And I think also, depending on the light, you get the kind of sheen or pop off on the letters and stuff. So I do like the letters of it and everything else going on there. But I don't like the lack of product shots. I feel like there's more detailed shots of the scarf than there is of the bag, you know? And if you go on the website itself, you click the Fold crossbody bag, it's a bit dear for what it is, to be fair. It's an expandable bag crafted from durable ripstop nylon, which is a good material, I guess. Is it waterproof? Generation of Fold crossbody bag features an expandable design, giving you the more space whenever you may need it. Whether you are navigating dance floors for the city streets, the water-resistant zippers and multifunctional attachments of the bag is built to ensure functionality in all conditions. Okay, cool. So it's water-resistant zippers, water-resistant zippers, but it's not water-resistant outer. Isn't that kind of devoiding the point? Or is it good to have a water-resistant zip? Because I'd imagine most of the water would get over on the surface. But then, I don't know. Regardless, the shape is cool, but I don't like the lack of compartments, and I also don't like that there's not a lot of product shots to see the inside, It says it features a ripstop nylon fabric, expandable shape, YKK zips, embroidered Fold logo, printed webbing and lining, water-resistant zip, and back pocket and dog clip attachment, which is also cool. But what I don't like is the lack of, and this is the person that designed it, and the lack of product shots, of the inside. Details of the zip, details of the strap. You can't really see much. These aren't really good product shots. There needs to be more. I guess that's a dog strap there. When you walk in your dog, you can have it construct your bag. But I'd like a little bit more. I'm not too sure if that bit of the hardware, that clasp, is that plastic. I don't like that. Maybe if that's plastic, that's a bit of a concern. If it's a plastic clasp onto a metal or plastic D-ring, that isn't the best in terms of quality, but it does look really cool though, especially with mandible bag. I just would prefer it if it was the same as the first edition in terms of having the different compartments. But I don't know if maybe if you open it, it does have the compartments in it. But it does look really cool. My favorite bit is definitely the strap. The strap is definitely my favorite part of it. I can't really tell what it says here, down below here. It's kind of like a, what do you call it? Like a half, like a clam shape, I guess, like a half circle shape. And then it's got some hardware here. Not sure what this bit is here, actually, this metal bit, because you can't see it anywhere else in any other image. Yeah, that's the only thing I'd say as a complaint. Not the best product images, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot more style and coolness here with this girl wearing the jeans and the belt and the top and shit, and they both look really cool and stuff, but there's not a lot of images of the actual bag itself. But I love it instead, in general. I feel like it's a long time coming. The second edition, I feel like the first edition obviously has a lot of cult status, but we need to see more. We need to see more of this from them. The price tag's a little bit dear for what it is. An expandable bag with not many compartments with a lot of plastic, you know, hardware pieces. £90 is a bit dear. It's a bit dear. But then I guess part of the reason you'd buy it is because you want to support Fold. You don't really care too much about the quality and you just want a bit of merch. You know what I mean? Do they sell t-shirts, by the way? Are there a lot of t-shirts? There's a lot of posters, but not t-shirts, right? So that's the thing as well, they should probably sell. Maybe a Fold team t-shirt would probably be quite cool. Or Fold family t-shirt, that would be pretty decent, but they don't. All they sell is posters, but not a lot of t-shirts, unfortunately. They don't even do memberships, I don't think, do they? Do they have a membership card? I don't think so, but you can buy a poster for every single unfold that's happened, every single print of an unfold, vinyls. That's the first edition bag. Oh, okay, you see, that's a bit hard to justify, isn't it? The first edition bag that was leather and had different compartments in it was £52. And then the second one that's made out of nylon is 90. Maybe that shows how the economy has changed. Oops. Let's get that fucking nipple out of the way. Yeah, that's a hard one to justify, I'm not gonna lie. Because this crossbody bag is legendary. That's a really nice one. This leather one with all the different compartments, got a zip compartment, snap front compartments there. It can be worn across your waist. It can be worn across your body. Really fucking cool bag, you know? And look, metal hardware pieces. Even if it is just, you know, it's not even fucking real silver or anything. It's still stainless steel, you know? Nice bit of webbing in it. Nice class, everything, but this was £52 and the other one is 92. I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, the logo and all this stuff and the white print is a bit much. It'll get stained very quickly, but I think it's hard to justify that being 52 and the other nylon one being 92, you know? I don't know about that one. That's the only problem. That's the only fucking problem. But at least they have something available there. So you can buy the scarf, the silks fold scarf for £70 on their website, and the crossbody bag is available for 90. I will of course add the link in the description so you can check out yourself. Big up Fold for making them anyway. Big up Fold for making them anyway. Also, I need to big up Tech Couture because one of my favorite DJs, D-Dan, is playing. I also have always been curious to see Blasha and Alat playing as well. They're very big here in the UK. I think they're from Manchester, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where a lot of their love comes from, because I think they used to do a lot of nights out there. So I really want to check out what they're like. But I've never had a chance to see them play. I think I missed out on seeing them play in Bergen a couple of times. But Blasha and Alat playing. Carmen Electro, who I know from Horror, I think, watching her perform on Horror. You got D-Dan, who I'm a big fan of. Mac Declox, who I don't know. Melati, who's that? Lakeshi, River, and also someone called Tekra playing. So a great night there featuring some more people. Let's read the fucking bio, or the caption, sorry. It says, hot on the heels of the majestic 5th anniversary, Tech Couture returns for Friday 11th of April for their 2-room extravaganza. That's how big they get. Wow, oh yeah, true, sick. So that it's a 2-room rave, and it's from 11 to 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay, I'll definitely need to check this out. 8 artists renowned for serving up exactly the level of outrageousness that will all take the boost just under 3 weeks' time. The main room sees a mix of driving grooves, hypnotic psychedelica, and raw techno soundtracks of the night, whilst down the corridor in our steam room, the sassy behavior is ramped up, fever pitch, courtesy of 3 artists who are known about who know about this all too well. Joining Tech Couture were the following cool. Final release tickets are now very close to sell. So big up Tech Couture. They always put on really good raves, actually. I'm really infused and excited to go to this one when it eventually does happen. This is a London crew, big few nights coming. We're back in Fold for another double room extravaganza. Then they're off to Amsterdam. I think that's a real good mark of how good their raves are. If they're gonna be doing Nights Out in Amsterdam because they don't fucking play. Let's fucking press play on this particular clip, courtesy of Mark Galatsky. He's a fucking sick photographer, actually, and the videographer out there in the scene. Big up him. Nice. What else do we have here? Another clip. What's this from? Tekra is back at Tech Couture, 11th for the 4th, and things are about to get steamy. So often Tekra is working behind the scenes, an integral part of nightlife here in London, both in Fold and beyond. So it's always exciting when she steps up behind the booth instead. Always playful and joyous. Okay, big up Tekra. Or Tekra. Yeah, big up Tekra, big up Tech Couture, Check them out, Tech Couture _LDN.